There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Recon Paint Gaming. I'm Patrick. We're short Robert today, but we're gonna press on. I'm gonna be honest. Um, we were gonna do a stream of Axis and Allies today. That fell through. We wanted to do another X-Wing game. But we're waiting. So it was kind of the fact of what do we stream, because we do have tons of games that we can stream at any time, and to put on our channel and talk about and explain and have fun. Me and him love to chit chat. We love having people on as well to help play with the games and stuff like that. But there are a lot of people out there that are asking kind of like, where are we at with X-Wing? I'm also wondering that too, so we're gonna do a video. We'll try to keep it quick. I have no script today, nothing. It's just from the hip. But yeah, it's kind of a where are we at with X-Wing. So we're gonna take you through what's been happening over the past basically year, and try to catch you up, and then also what to expect and everything in between. So without further ado, we're doing this live now. You guys can ask questions. You guys can ask questions later when we post this to YouTube. But all in all, what's happening with second edition X-Wing? And yeah, let's just go. Let's do it. So everyone knows Atomic Mass Games took over X-Wing from FFG. They took a look at the game and they decided it had some flaws, it needed some adjusting, and they gave it their own 2 cents. And they wanted to shake up the game a bit. They wanted to add to it instead of having it just the classic 200 points with 6 asteroids. They said, hey, let's add some more to it. Let's change up the rules, and do what we can to bring the game back up, especially during COVID. We just had LVO. Thank you guys for putting that on. That was amazing. We have other people running tournaments in the background as well through TTS and all that, so that you can keep playing the game. We've been trying to do our own thing over here with the casual play and building up missions and stuff like that. We have got Sean Tiernan building up HOTAC. There's going to be updates for that as well. So big changes are coming. So let's go over the changes. If you know or don't know, because sometimes people don't. They put on a mini extravaganza. They discussed what they wanted to change with X-Wing, and as of right now, what they've told us, because nothing's really written down yet. At least I have nothing written down. We're just piecing it together. So we're waiting for AMG to put out solid rules. They said that they're going to put them out as soon as possible. And we'll get into that as to why. But what they said was it was going to be somewhere between new rules coming out between February. What month is this? This is February. So end of January, early February. That's when the rules were going to drop, and we were going to get more information on that. They announced what was called Roads, or Random Player Order, or RPO, to where you roll 3 dice at the beginning of every turn, and whoever has the better, I wouldn't say better, whoever has the superior dice roll gets to be the first player, and then the initiatives play out there. And then they hinted at the fact that we were going to get more rules, such as being able to bump an enemy ship and take a focus, and other things like that, maybe changing some obstacles. So they dropped a lot on us when it came time for mini extravaganza. They announced new ships, new pilots, the last wave of FFG, and all that stuff. So, everyone was in shock and awe that they were going to change this. There was rebellion, there was a lot of talk, and so all of a sudden, people got to play test it, even though we didn't 100% have the rules per se. They did announce that they were rolling, but they didn't tell us when we were going to roll. They didn't say at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of each turn. And then it turned out it's after each dials have been set. You then roll 3 dice per player and go from there. So I've tested it. I know others have tested it. People who have said, I'll never play that, they now have tested it and they're into it. So we've gotten over that hump, and that's what we're working on now, because at least we know that's how the rule works, because at least in the solo mission that FFG put out, or AMG, not 100%, it was in there to where that's how you determined initiative order. Well, actually, I think it was one of their scenarios that AMG put out. They hid it in there, but I found it, I posted it, and let people know that that's, you know, kind of what the rules are going to be. So then, you know, a few months go by, and, you know, they announced the, what is that? The Pride of Mandalore, and so on and so forth. Oh, which way should I go now? Because this is another thing that they dropped as well. So, okay, so Pride of Mandalore and also the Gauntlet and the, geez, forgive me, the Razor Crest. Those were supposed to kind of already been out. They were supposed to be, I believe, January 25th. I went to the store. I tried to order them. You couldn't order Pride of Mandalore. So I was like, oh, you have to look under this. And I for some reason, I can't remember what it was. It was supposed to be listed as Pride of Mandalore, but let's just say it was something like, you know, Trust of Mandalore, or, you know, Love of Mandalore, whatever. That's what it was listed under. So stores couldn't actually order this. And it got kind of stuck in the ether. So people who did order it, some have gotten it already, the Pride of Mandalore pack. Others have not, like myself. I haven't gotten mine. I know a lot of people in the US haven't. Some have. Good on you. I hope you're playtesting those quick builds and you're putting them on the table. Also, you know, all the other upgrades and, you know, stuff like that. You don't have to put on a Fang Fighter. You can put on anything you want because there are the crews included. So then they announced this. It was the 28th of January, sorry. And here, let me go a little bit closer up there. So they were supposed to release it the 28th. Now it's going to be the release date of the 25th of February, which is in about 9 days. So, yeah, they're not going to ship any orders until February 18th. You know, yeah, and then it's going to be on sale on the 25th. So that was kind of a letdown, as well as getting the rules and stuff like that. And I'm not saying the rules were a letdown. I'm saying that, you know, we've been waiting for them to come out because they have announced this back, I believe, in September. So then we also noticed this, which is the Star Wars Gauntlet Fighter. On the Asmodee website, it now says that they are due on April 30th, which let me zoom in for you. So that also goes for, well, I don't have a picture of that. So that was for the Gauntlet and also the Razor Crest. So those aren't going to come out until April 30th, which we've leaked a lot of the cards already. We've spoiled them for you guys and gave our reviews of them. And also they're on the Atomic Mass. They're still uploading stuff that was already leaked because, again, some people have already gotten the Pride of Mandalore pack and released it online. So with all this happening, they then had another stream to where they were announcing that the bumping and the red, taking a red focus of an enemy ship was a thing. That's going to be in the rules. If you bump a friendly ship, that can cause you possibly damage. The asteroids and rocks are all going to be rewritten to where you now suffer damage as well as an effect. And the damage is going to be automatic, and then the effect is based on a die roll. So we did a video on that as well and covered it for you guys, so you can go back and watch that. I'll try to pop it up there for you guys to look at. And this was recent. This was a stream. Thank you, Timothy Hames, for posting that one. To where it's one of the videos that they did a live transmission of. They said that the rules are in. Everything is set. The art's been submitted. We're just waiting on Disney, basically. I'm not going to say Disney, but I'll say Disney, to approve all the licensing and stuff like that. So that's where we're at. I know I just covered a lot real quick, but that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on the license to be approved. As soon as it is, they'll release all the new rules and also hopefully the scenarios. And also, I know I'm forgetting a third thing because it's rules, scenarios. Points. Thank you, Patrick. Points. Yeah, I'm not pedaling. I have my pedaler right over there. I already pedaled a half hour this morning. So let me show you that, Sean, real quick. Hold on. I have a challenge to all you streamers. I want you to buy one of these. This is a desk cycle. You know what? We'll do it, Sean. We'll pedal while we're doing this. There we go. Unless it sounds ridiculous or goofy. Let me put these in so that I know you guys can hear me. This feeds my voice back into me. Then I have to edit this part out. There we go. Okay. So there you go. I'm peddling Sean. So this does look ridiculous. So they announced that they're going to be. I'm going to stop that because that looks ridiculous while I'm streaming. They announced, of course, that it was going to be waiting for the licensing to be released. Once that's done, you know, it'll be up on the website. People will start posting videos about it and explaining it and doing all the things that, you know, people love to do when stuff like this drops. So I'm very excited for that. And I think that's what we're going to get into next. So that was a very quick basically synopsis of what's happening right now with X-Wing. We are waiting. And when it comes to waiting, not a lot of people are patient, and a lot of other things can come up. Accusations, name calling. I did get the miles in today, Sean, I swear. I got, I think, 10 miles in today while cycling. And it comes to campaigns. So another thing that they mentioned that they were going to do is a campaign and also scenarios. I'm going to call them objectives because that's what they are. They're not really scenarios. They don't have the backstory. They're not thematic, other than, you know, very basic rules that you can assign to them and say, well, you're picking up crates or you're protecting this beacon or something like that. But you know, it's not thematic. So if it's not thematic, it's not really a scenario or situation that has a lot of depth or story to it. So with scenarios and campaigns, what's the future of X-Wing? So I went through all that rather quickly. I don't want to make you guys all depressed, like, oh wow, where is he going with this? And he sounds very negative. I'm not going to be negative, I swear. But with the scenarios, because we've been playtesting missions here, they've announced that when we go to tournaments, there's going to be a possibility to where there's either 1 or 2 scenarios and also a standard 206 matches where just players battle each other out. There's no objectives involved, and that could possibly be random, or it might be, you know, assigned when you get to your table or something of that nature. I will voice my concerns about those, because when you have objectives, which, trust me, I love objectives. I'm very excited about this to liven up the game a little bit with something other than just destroying your opponent. I'm almost imploring, wow, the goal on me. I'm almost, eerie that when you go to a tournament or someone tries to run a tournament, I would highly suggest that you have multiple scenarios. We haven't seen the scenarios yet, except for maybe one. But again, those rules aren't written in stone, or nothing is solid. I wouldn't recommend running a tournament with just one scenario. I don't think they will, but I don't recommend anyone else does either. Mainly because if you know what the scenario is, you can stack your list against it. I know people are going to be creative and stuff like that. But geez, I know everyone else has played HOTAC, but I've played HOTAC for a while. Done other scenarios. I know everyone else has. And even the recent mission that we have here, you can easily stack a deck to win a scenario, especially like the one where you have to have a ship in a certain area of an objective, and you capture that objective and gain points. I know someone will just say, well, I'll just build a list that'll destroy yours. There are counters to that. There's going to be some very again, I'll use the phrase stack deck. It's not going to be pleasant. So I'll just, give a word of warning there. I know we haven't seen them yet, but I know how they work. I know how they function. I'm very excited about the rocks and all that, and the new damage and what is going to happen if players land on them. I know LVO tested that out, and they had lots of fun. There weren't many situations to where they ran into where somebody hit the rock and suffered incredibly for it. There was, 1 or 2 here or there, but that's about it. And then, the bumping and the focusing, we've tried that. That's actually kind of nice. It gives you a little bit more of an option when you bump something. Do you need a focus just to keep yourself alive? with having to take a stress at the same time, because that can cause some serious question. Like, do I need the focus? Yes, but I also need to maybe do a red maneuver next turn, or I don't want to do a blue maneuver next turn because I don't have many, and that will just cause me to bump again. So it definitely adds a nice new flavor to the game. So the reason all that I've said that, because I wanted to catch you up, of course, one, but two, where is Recon Paint Gaming at with all of this? Because as I said, Robert and I have tried to play on stream X-Wing as much as possible, and Recon Paint Gaming, we just announced that. We're basically holding off on X-Wing stuff as of now. We're waiting for the new rules. Everybody's waiting for the new rules, and unfortunately, that is being held up by licensing. My concerns as of right now, I did a bet with someone else, sending a hug from Brazil. Thank you. I've tried to send stuff for first edition to Brazil, and it got kicked back to me. That was awesome by the mailing system over there. I don't know why they did it. But we don't want to just put out another 206 game. We don't want to play test the rules that we haven't seen yet, because we don't really want to mislead anybody. I know we had a video to where we explained what AMG is planning to do. But again, I have a bet with people that they're not going to release everything. I really hope they do. Don't take my word as, that's my claim. I'm just saying, I don't know if they're going to release everything at once. Only because from what we've seen over here with the delays, unfortunately. So with the delays of the releasing of the rules and the points, the delays of the gauntlet, the delays of the Fang Fighter, and this was announced back in September. And I'm not trying to be negative. What I'm just telling you is, running a business, even AMG's business, is freaking incredibly difficult. You try to make promises, you try to make deadlines. Even us, the smallest little token company in the world, we run into snafus all the time, to where, I give Robert something, he's like, go with it, I'll start it, it fails, I'll start it again, it fails, we put it on the back burner because it didn't pan out like we wanted to. And even when we just did our recent order of cards, that was weird, because we ordered them, I think, 2 weeks ago. Usually I get an email saying that the cards were made. I didn't get that email. Usually we get an email saying they've been shipped. I did not get that email. Then it's supposed to say that they were delivered. I got that email, but it said it was going to be delivered on February 27th. So Robert already got them. I said, hey, guess what? They'll be there in 7 days. And he said, that's not right. They're here already. And I was like, yeah, I know. So everything is completely squirrely right now, especially with large orders like this with X-Wing. Ships are just going to be delayed. Some people are going to get them. Others are not. I've spoken with a lot of Australian friends who haven't gotten anything from their World of Tanks or from Gale Force 9. It's just shipping is a mess, which then pushes back other deadlines and makes it difficult to stick to them. And to defend AMG, I don't want anything to reflect negative on them. Again, I am excited about the rules. I'm excited about the changes. I want to see where they go with this. But again, I take anything that a developer says with a grain of salt. Or I won't say a developer, a gaming company, because the devs almost have nothing to do with this that's happening right now, us waiting. And I don't want them to suffer any, harsh ridicule. It's like, why aren't the devs doing this? It's like, because the devs have nothing to do with that. They really don't. The devs really just do one thing. They develop the game. When it comes to, well, we're still developing the rules, it's like, okay, well, then that's on you. If you've developed the rules and submitted them and yet they're still waiting on licensing, then that's the licensing department that's, slowing everything down. And in between there, but as of right now, there is a lot that are going to be covered soon. I'm hoping that the rules will drop soon, and the points. I really do. I hope they drop today or tomorrow, or I mean, my bet, because we have a pool going on, my bet is probably going to be closer to the 25th of February. I mean, I hope I'm wrong and it's tomorrow. And they proved me wrong. I love being proven wrong, trust me. And I really hope that they have everything ready. I hope that the points are set to go. I hope that the new rules and the PDFs are ready. And if the scenarios are ready, I hope they release those at the same time as well. The campaign, I can wait. We have HOTAC. We're going to be playtesting that and streaming that for you guys and posting the videos that are going to be edited and posted on the Recon Paint Gaming channel. And we're going to start at Mission 1 and go almost all the way through, maybe a few times. Give you guys an example of that as well. Because HOTAC is very popular, but there's only like a couple of people that stream it or even play it and post the videos for it. So we like explaining that. Plus, we have Sean Tiernan that's going to help explain it and take us through it because he's going to be updating the rules as well for HOTAC. It's going to be, I forget what version he said. Don't quote me on it, like 0.5 or something, which is a large update to where, you know, he had to consider the bump focus, the roads, which we already know he's not going to include, the new asteroid rules, how the AIs are going to deal with those asteroids, and other things that we don't know about that AMG might put into the rules that they either didn't explain or didn't think that were big enough of a change to, you know, tell us on stream. That's a lot. I know. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go for this, but so I don't know how else to explain it, but we have a very unique situation to where COVID is messing with things and AMG is having to suffer for it. And so I just want everyone to say, please be patient. I know everyone's chomping or chopping, I can't remember, at the bit to get everything out. You know, please don't harass AMG. They almost have nothing to do with it at this point. It is out of their hands. Whew. All right. So after all that, there we go. The campaign, and this is just a screenshot I grabbed. Don't pay any mind to it. I'm excited to see what their campaign is going to be like. If it's going to be long and drawn out, kind of like HOTAC or Flight Group Alpha, I'm excited for that. I tried to ask the question of whether or not it's going to be multi-faction, or if it's going to be more of generic missions that each faction can fit into. That would be really nice. So this, with the campaign, I'm hoping they give us like an inkling of what that's going to be when they do drop some stuff. But again, when it comes to things like this, I kind of tend to not get too invested in it, because they can announce that they're going to do a campaign and then say, sorry, we didn't have the resources for it, and that it's just not going to happen, which I'm okay with. We already have HOTAC. We already have Flight Group Alpha. I'm sure there's a Scum campaign out there as well, and I'm not saying we're taking up the mantle down the path as well for making like a Separatist and a First Order campaign, but anything's possible, and it could be for years to come anyways before that even happens. So I'm very excited about if they're going to put out a campaign, and if they're going to do things like objectives to where, I mean, they don't have to set on these 3 objectives that they're putting out. They could always create more and mix them out to keep us guessing as well. And if all of a sudden those objectives become a stepping stone to a campaign, I'm very happy about that as well. I think that's the route they should go. I think they should start small, which of course you're going to, but I really think they should build out this objectives first, get a handle on it, and then work towards or move towards their campaign for X-Wing, which again, I'm very excited about. So for the future of X-Wing 2.5 is, I guess, what we're all calling it. Again, I'm excited. I really am amped. The delays are, of course, you know, making it difficult, and that's like the other point. We want to put out content for you guys. We really do. It's been delayed for us as well. As soon as it drops, not only are we going to go cover the points, the rules, the objectives, we're going to start telling you guys, you know, some strategery or some things that you can do, because Robert and I have a lot of experience with objectives. and what's going to be best to build out your list. We're going to be streaming it for you guys. We'll take any questions for you. And last but not least, we're going to be giving out a lot of prizes. I have been stock pooling prizes since beginning of COVID, because we used to give out a ton of stuff when we were at Recon Specialist TV, and we've been working towards this to where it's now Recon Paint Gaming, and we've got a handle on things. And I've got packs over there that I can give away. I've got tokens. I've got stuff to even hold. I'm even printing out a token holder over there that we're going to be releasing soon. So we're very excited. Yes, giveaways, Andy. Yes, absolutely giveaways. We used to do that a lot here. Believe me, I've given away a Raider. I've given away cards. I've given away so much. Even Robert's been stockpiling stuff over the years. We even give away other people's tokens here because we didn't care. We would give away Curl Paw or stuff that we've won. I still have regionals dice sitting back here that I can give away. And then we're also gonna have more people on the stream to play and such like that. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and shoot them out. If you have any concerns, voice your opinion. You guys in the chat can, have at it. I feel like there's something that needs to be put out there, not just on our channel, but others as well. Yes, please come back and play. Absolutely, Dark Whispers scenario. You might be a candidate for when we actually play the other objectives, because your list and Chuck's list was absolutely stellar. So I loved that. We should do more of that, shouldn't we? Just play the objectives until maybe we'll do that this Saturday. Because I don't think we have anything planned for this Saturday. But yeah, I'd love to get into that as well. Woo! So we're gonna keep pumping out the missions for 2nd edition as well. We're still working on the CR90 campaign. That is how many missions is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 6 missions, I'm pretty sure. And so far I think we've done 3 that we've gotten, I think, locked up and are out in their Discord channel. We've even got other missions that you guys can play. I posted to the UK Facebook to let you guys know of the missions that we're doing, and they're kind of in the realm of what AMG has told us so far our objective is going to be. So who knows what the future of those are going to be. Hopefully AMG takes a look at them and maybe incorporates them or something like that. Not so I need to boost my ego, just so it helps expand the game and move it along. And I think that's everything. I think that's all of it, because this isn't going to be a very long video. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on what's happening. Everyone is really requesting the points, and I know it's not really AMG that can do anything. And I'm not gonna lie, running a company now with the tokens, it's a learn on the job experience. I'm sure they're learning on the job with this game, and it's definitely eye-opening. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes at first, so give them some leeway there when it comes to that, and keep an eye out for your stuff. If nothing shows up, just check online if you've ordered online, or check with your local store to see if they've received anything. And then if they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have the Pride of Mandalore pack," definitely go back and ask them now to check, because it should be available for them to order. And then you can get it either on the 25th of February or even possibly earlier if you order it from Asmodee, which I usually do both, because Asmodee gets it to be earlier than most local stores. And that's just how that goes. All right, so other than that, I've got nothing else. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like the change. Hope you like what's coming with X-Wing. You can go ahead and voice your concerns below, or if you have any questions, because we are Recon Paint Gaming. We have a great team of people just looking out for any sort of news, and I'm always hunting for stuff, just to give people a heads up and stuff like that. All right, thank you so much. Play casual and have a good one.